Hi, my name is Antonino Lombardi. I am a third-generation barber hairstylist, and today I'm going to be talking to you and sharing you some tips and tricks that I do with my clients who have autism, disabilities, and just for good practice. So the most important thing is client consultation. When it comes down to client consultation, you want to ask the client and ask the parent what is it that they're sensitive to, whether it's smell, touch, feel, or any noise. As far as touching them, you want to make sure that as if you're tilting their head, you put the hand on the shoulder and you tilt their head. You always want to make them feel comfortable. Anytime you talk to them, you want to look into their eyes and just kind of guide them on what it is you're going to do, how you're going to do it. The second important thing would be smell. You have to be careful on what kind of scents you're using, whether it's a styling product, whether it's sanitizing, alcohol, or any sort of aerosol sprays. Smell can be known as a sensitivity issue. Third most important thing is feeling. Whether your client is feeling down or feeling up, you always want to put them in a position where they're going to be feeling happy and feel good. And that's when they get a great haircut, is you make them feel good, and that's what it's about. The fourth most important thing in your client consultation is noise. Anyone could be sensitive toward noise. Whether it's your clippers or trimmers, you always want to try it on your arm first, then you can try it on your client's arm so that they know that it's not painful and it just tickles. So always be patient and aware of what you're doing with your client. Just give them the best service you can give them and make them feel good.
No problem. I shall transform your hair, create a masterpiece. I am an artiste with a pair of scissors.
My new cuts got him talking at the barbershop.
Fresh from the barbershop, fly from the beauty salon.
My new cuts got him talking at the barbershop.
I got a show where you can listen and view.
My new cuts got him talking at the
Bringing
barbershop.
barbers and stylists together with the ScissorSalute.
My new cuts got him talking at the barbershop.
One cut, two cut, three cut, four. Nails done, hair done, everything did. Nails done, hair done, everything did. Oh, you fancy. Spending hours in salons on your hairstyle.
For the Lord protects his barbers and he makes the stubble grow.
Scissor! Salute! Salute!
Thank you for joining us tonight. Welcome to the ScissorSalute Show. My name is Blaze and Blush, and I have with me to my left is...
I'm Dontay Stevenson, better known as Dontay Financial. ScissorSalute to everyone.
And to my right,
Blue Blades, New Jersey, New Brunswick. How y'all doing? Barber.
Ruben. That's his name.
They call me Blue Blades, you know. Are you Blades?
Thank you for joining us tonight. Eli's not here tonight, so we are going to hold it down. We hope that you enjoy the show tonight, and we're just going to go over last week's show. So we had special hosts and co-hosts, and we just want to scissor salute these two ladies. I met them a couple of months ago, and I had the pleasure of interviewing and co-hosting with them both, and they are amazing ladies. So we just want to scissor salute both of them for holding it down. And that is Desiree Velez, and she is DESZ_Velez, and she's from Blow It Out Lounge, located in Hoboken, New Jersey. Scissor salute to New Jersey for always coming through to the show. Both of you are from New Jersey, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
What part?
Dirty Jersey, hold it down.
Dirty, really? That's what they call it? They do not call it Dirty Jersey. And also Felicia, and she's Styles by Fee, and that's STYLEZ by Fee, FE. So we wanted to salute those two ladies. They did an amazing job, great energy, and we can't wait to, hopefully next time I get to host with you guys again. Also from the Cut Gallery, we had OK Twitchy, who was also cool, real cool personality. He was fun to watch. Dope barber, great personality, so he's definitely gonna just keep going further in his career. Yeah, he did that. That's dope, right?
See you, boy.
And he is at the Cut Gallery located in Brooklyn, New York. and I believe it's on Bushwick Avenue. So that's OK Twitchy, and it's OKAYTWITCHY. Did anybody ask him why that's his name?
That's a lot of whys, right?
Yeah, like what does OK Twitchy mean? I would love to know that. And then also from Salon Mulan, located in Point Pleasant, New Jersey, we had Rachel Bernstein, and she is at Hair Artistry. So that's hair, the letter R, and artistry. And we also had in studio guest the beauty cleaner, and what she does is she cleans barbershops and salons, which barbershops get dirty.
That's a smart business.
That's smart, right? You're gonna try and steal it now? I see.
Hey, yo, Dontay, you better check your calls, Dontay. You been on the road, Dontay, huh?
I see you. You're gonna get your Thea to help you clean.
I got no cousin that bored at home doing nothing. You know.
Barbershops and salons get dirty because no matter how many times you clean, there's always hair everywhere.
Yes, always.
So
always.
that's definitely a good idea.
I don't care how much you sweep.
Right. So salute to her. So this week, who do we have?
This week, showcasing from New Brunswick, New Jersey, we have R.U. Blaze.
Yo.
And calling in, we have Truthful Taxes, John Hernandez at Truthful Taxes. And also in-studio guests, and also showcasing Samantha from Huntington Station, Samantha as Samantha Jean Hairstylist.
So we have a great show in store for you tonight. So what's been going on with the BBA? Haven't seen you in a while.
You haven't seen me? First of all, I want to send a salute to my oldest daughter because last week she had some surgery because her appendix had bust. So send a salute to her in the radio. She's getting better.
How's she feeling?
Still some pain, but she's getting pretty much back to normal. But besides that, BBA is coming along, man. Like tonight's show, Truthful Taxes. Y'all in for a treat today. What I mean by a treat, because for barber and hairstylists or cosmetologists, the biggest thing is about taxes. Mm-hmm. How do we file taxes?
Or not filing taxes. Most barbers and hairstylists don't file taxes.
Yeah, so tonight he's gonna show y'all some things.
Okay.
Some not I don't even say things. He's gonna show y'all some great tips that y'all can that you could use. You gotta excuse me because I don't want to say too much because he's something key to what the BBA is going to bring. So
is that something that the BBA will be offering? Would you be offering tax preparers or just like tips on how to file taxes? No, the BBA is bringing everything that as an independent contractor that you should have, like financial guy, accountant, taxes. We're gonna have real estate. We're gonna have credit. We're gonna have credit people. We're gonna have CPAs. We're dealing with a lot. Because being that the beauty industry is not your regular 9-to-5. Y'all basically independent contractors. So we're bringing everything that you would need to build your business or however you want to go in the future. We bring that to you so you don't got to go calling who do I talk to. And to basically get you on the right track. Because I think for the most part, and I'm just starting out, so this hasn't been my experience, but I think for the most part, people have been kind of just winging it because there has been no structure. So they've just been getting by pretty much doing it, however they think is right to do it because there is no structure. There's no union, there's no instruction on how to do these things when it comes to being a self-employed barber or a hairstylist. Yes, because for the most part, it's just for pretty much forever, it's just been keep it on the table. But John, he's gonna show the industry. He's gonna show the industry, especially tonight. Stuff he's gonna talk about is very key. It's so key. And previous, I had spoke about it, but he's gonna get more in detail because that's his area. I'm not the tax guy. I'm more the financial guy. But him, John, that's all I can say. You guys got to stay tuned. Real soon. Okay, that's got to stay tuned. Looking forward to it. So salute to that. and Mr. R.U. Bladed. First of all, you changed your name.
No. What do you mean? How I changed my name?
Wasn't it something else before? Well, it was Rue Blades before,
That's
right?
what it is. Rue Blades.
Oh, it's still Rue Blades?
Yeah.
So it's not Are You Bladed?
That's the promo pitch. That's the whole Are You Bladed? You know what I'm saying? But I'm Rue Blades. The whole, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, so the brand didn't change.
Yeah.
You just added like a slogan.
You know what I'm saying? Like how you got Nike and then you got Just Do It.
Right,
you know?
right.
That's how it's
So
Are
basically
You Bladed?
you're saying, are you coming to Rue Blades?
Bam. You see? Hey, you see? I like it. You see what I'm saying? She get the concept. I need a little, explanation sometimes, but yeah, pretty much it. Yeah.
Okay, so how's that been going?
It's been going good. It's been going good. Just getting merchandise, just trying to get the name out there slowly but surely. One step at a time.
Now, was that hard to do besides, being a barber? Being a barber is pretty much it's a full-time job.
Yeah.
So, and you basically, for the most part, a lot of barbers are only off on Mondays or Sunday on Monday. So how have you been able to, get your brand out there and still be able to keep your clientele?
Just, what I'm saying? You got to do it with it. It's all it is. It's like most of my stuff is my clientele be the ones getting it off me, you know what I'm saying? And they be promoting my stuff for me and stuff. That's pretty much it.
Salute to Are You Bladed clientele.
Thank you. Salute to all my barbers and stuff, Got a couple more new barbers at the shop.
Oh, that's what's up.
Yeah.
So how many barbers you have at the shop now?
Right now it is 5, if I'm not mistaken. We got Caesar Barbershop. We got Decoy Cuts. We got Ariel, the mechanic barber. We got
The mechanic
Johnson.
barber, hold on.
Boy, this dude touches your clipper. And them things cutting hair in the air, bruh. I'm talking about like you throw the hair. Like, boy, this dude is ridiculous with the adjusting of the blades and stuff. He's awesome, bruh. Great. I recommend him to anybody.
Oh, so speaking of clippers, you have some clippers that you're going to be
using today
for
I got some new
first time
clippers
on this show.
Yep. I got my new Wall Seniors cordless. I'm going to try them out on my boy's face over here, see what's up.
So this is his first time trying it out on this right here.
Buy a new one afterwards.
Hopefully they don't break.
Oh, both y'all throwing shots? Oh, man.
Yeah, but yeah, we ready to go, you know what I'm saying? Let's get it popping.
So, this is a question that I always ask everybody that comes in. When you first started out, what was like the hardest thing to do when you first started cutting?
Just get somebody to sit in my chair, because everybody was trying to play me. Everybody would look at me like, yo, the new dude? I'm like, yo, bruh, see how I cut first, bro? Don't get me wrong, I chipped a couple dudes.
Of course, everybody does.
I definitely had a, you know what I'm saying?
Everybody does.
Remaster a couple things, but it was just like that. It was just like, yo, it's so hard. Nobody, like nowadays, there's so many barbers that people don't care, bro. They don't care. Like, they'll sit in anywhere just to get a cut nowadays.
Now,
you know what I'm saying?
Everything is about...
You feel me? Like, they don't care. It's just, I'll go back by next week, freak it. As long as it look all right now.
I disagree. I'm still having, especially being the only female in the shop, I'm still having some issues with getting people in my chair.
You should be able to get more. All the
As a
females
female,
I've heard,
I'll tell you why. Because
especially if you alright, you know what I'm saying? Oh, I want to get a cut with a girl. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that happens. But if they're already coming to the shop, like if they're already a clientele of the shop, and they're either coming to my brother or the other barber, they're not gonna just come to me. They'll rather wait for one of them.
That's when you gotta go out there and be like.
If it's a new person, they'll come to me, no problem. They'll come to me. I'm not having a problem with new clientele, with new people coming into the shop. But any existing clientele, that's been hard for me because
one thing, like as a suggestion, number one, say hi to everybody.
Oh yeah,
everybody,
absolutely.
even like everybody trying. Even if people feel like, yo, you're trying to steal my customer, nah, bro, just being
that's
friendly.
That's actually my job because when I'm not cutting, I'm in the front.
Okay,
so I speak to everybody. I check everybody in. So that's not an issue. It's just that they don't know you. They don't they know me because they've seen my face, but they don't want to give me a chance because they figure.
Hey man, yeah, that's what I don't even. Mainly, it's just be there, because there's gonna be times they're not gonna be able to do it. So there's gonna be times, even if they don't want to, they might have to. You know what I'm saying? And then you give them that first good cut, and after that they're gonna be like, all right, she all right, and then 2, 3, oh man, freak it, I'm gonna just stay here. She freer than the other guy, and she all right. So it's gonna start happening. Just give it time. How long you been
But
cutting for?
clientele's picking up though.
Yeah, that's what I'm about to say. How
I
long
got
you been
out of
cutting for?
school in March. So
This year?
It's 2017.
Chill the hell out, man. I've been doing this for 20 years, woman. You know how long it takes to get...
I know. I just started. But clientele is picking up.
Even like 5-7 years in deep, I was still struggling, still like, yo, I was out there, bruh. Now I'm at a point where I be picking and choosing my clients, you know what I'm saying? But it was before, it was at a point where anybody, bruh, come on, I don't care, whatever you want, come on.
Yeah, you just want to cut.
You know what I'm saying?
So when did that start? Like
when did the whole, what started?
Consistency from the of clientele coming.
I'll say when I started the whole Root Blaze thing. After that, it started getting nice and smooth, consistent, you know what I'm saying? I didn't have to be all, you know what I'm saying, barbershop hoeing, you know what I'm saying? I ain't had to be all like, oh, we got a phone call.
Somebody's on the phone. Scissor salute.
Scissor salute.
Hello?
Scissor salute. Can you hear us?
I can definitely hear you guys. Can you hear me?
Scissor salute. Scissor salute. Who do we have on the phone with us?
This is John, the CEO of Truthful Taxes.
Hey, John. How are you? We were just talking about you.
Oh my God, what did you guys say about me?
We're just excited to hear the tips that you have for us.
There's a lot of tips. You better get
pen and paper. Okay. All right. Okay. Dontay, take notes. We're ready. We're listening.
I knew it was about to happen.
I just wanted to jump in early just to see if I hear anything, you know, and then start piggying back once my time is, you know.
Right. So basically, we were just discussing the fact that a lot of barbers and hairstylists don't file taxes, and
I know that.
And what do you think the reason for that is?
I mean, it's probably the most honest reason, which is who wants to pay taxes.
Right.
If you can, and not saying it's correct, but if you can save money on $1 million, who's not going to save money on $1 million? And that's bottom line. That trickles down to the people who make $100,000 and $50,000. But a lot of times, though, it's education. You know, they don't know what filing taxes can do for them. Like, a lot of barbers can afford to pay
John, bring the camera down.
Rent.
John, bring the camera down.
But guess what?
We
Because
can't
you don't
see your
file
face,
returns,
John.
You can't even get a mortgage.
Hold on, John. We only see your hairline.
Oh, you actually see me right now.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
That's better. That's better.
Let me set this up then. Give me a second.
Okay.
You see me now?
Yep, that's perfect. Sorry, we didn't mean to interrupt you.
No problem. I'm Skyping out of my office right now. So let me try to set this up a little more comfortable though. So who's on the chat with us?
So right now we have Dontay Financial.
Okay, I know that guy.
And Rue Blades.
All right, give me 1 second. Let me let me close the door, okay?
Okay, no problem. Take your time.
Let's set up a little more. I was trying to jump in just 10 minutes early, but give me 1 second. So how many people are actually going to join the Skype?
Just you. So we're just.
Okay. Give me a second.
This
Is there a telephone part where more people are going to be coming in?
No, we're actually live right now, so the audience is seeing you right now, listening to you.
Oh. Come on, you tell me a lot of people in there?
It's a live show, people. We always
Guys,
have to
give me 1
remind
second
you
on
of
the setup.
that.
I started about 10 minutes early, so.
Yeah, no problem. So you were saying, obviously, the reason is, oh, okay. You gonna close the door?
No problem. 1 second.
Where do you see the live feed at?
Hey, audience, how you doing? I know you can't probably respond. I'm sorry. All right. So yeah.
Matter of fact, hold on. Before you continue, just give a brief introduction of who you are and the name of your company.
All right. So my name is Jonathan Hernandez. I'm the CEO and founder of TruthfulTaxes.com, which was founded 10 years ago. And it was a company that I created because of all the headaches of taxes. Taxes is not it's not an easy subject because it's done once a year. So when people do something one time a year, you suck at it. All right, and that's pretty being honest with you. If you cut hair one time a year, you're gonna suck at it. You know, and that's taxes is done once a year. So with TurboTax, it's one time a year. A lot of questions. You can't just directly speak to somebody immediately. And with H&R Block, everybody knows the history of H&R Block. Everybody gets pissed off. So we try to create a comfortable company a mix between both of them. And that's what we did. It's online, but you still have somebody to talk to every single time, and it's the same person. So, you know, that was our goal. We achieved that, and we grew massive. We have over 1,100 clients, 60 businesses. We got some of the biggest celebrities out there. And we've gained a lot of respect. We partnered with the CEO of the Food Network, the Senior Vice President of Univision, world champion boxer Paulie Malignaggi, and we're currently in a deal with Rock Nation and J. Cole, which looks promising. But if I'm telling everybody some advice right now, don't count any chips until the money's in the bank.
ScissorSalute to that.
So, yeah, we've got some strong partners in, and as of yesterday, it seems like the CEO of the YMCA wants to come in. So, you know, it sounds like a bunch of promising things, but let me tell you, it's something that I broke my back the last 10 years, 20 hours a day to even entertain the conversation, you know? So that's my background, and you know, I'm glad that I'm being called upon to just give my insight on the importance of filing taxes, along with the importance of managing your receipts. You know.
So, what advice would you give someone, let's say, who's been doing hair for the last 10 years and who hasn't filed any taxes? What advice would you give?
You need to file your taxes ASAP, and it has nothing to do with me making money. You cannot get nowhere where you want to be when you get older if you do not file taxes. Mm-hmm. At some point in time, you're going to want to own a house or a mortgage or a condo, or you're going to want to get a loan from the bank for a car. You can't do none of that without filing taxes. And then at some point in time, anyway, the IRS and the state are getting really, really good with catching who evades taxes. All you're doing is evading taxes, so all you're doing is prolonging your jail sentence, to be honest with you. So what's the point? High taxes to save $10,000 to go to jail 20 years later. That's stupid. That's the most stupidest thing I could think of. But it's education. People think they can get away with everything. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, the next 3 years, you're not going to get away with anything with taxes. Anything. So all barbers, all beauticians, all hairstylists, they're going to have to file. And then what?
So what happens when they do file? What happens when they do file? I mean, I think a lot of people are afraid because once they do file, they'll obviously end up owing, right?
Of course. But, hey, listen, if you make $1, you owe 8 cents if you live in New York. Mm-hmm. But you can't be greedy. Nobody greedy in life makes it. You're going to have to file and pay your fair share. But there's ways of correctly minimizing how much you pay. So let me give you a pure example. I got a satellite installation company in Maryland. He made $70,000 that he reported, you know, which is fair share. You know, we could say that the average, how much does the average barber make a year?
Around that.
Yeah,
70, 100K? How much?
Yeah, around
70 to 100. A good barber.
I'm going to say about 125. I'm going to say 125 because it's a lot.
So let's compare here to the satellite installation.
Being generous.
No difference. Money's money. One puts in satellites, one cuts hair. He correctly and every day managed his receipts with our receipt management program, because we have a digital receipt management program. So we take care of all that. All you do is take a picture. His bill went from $15,000 that he owes on making $70,000 to having a refund of $1,200. That's a turnaround of $16,000. Now he can go ahead and get approved for a house. But remember, he was afraid to file taxes because he owed. But because he wasn't educated on how to correctly itemize and manage your receipts, he actually didn't owe. And that's a big turnaround point.
So how do you manage your receipts? What do you suggest people do?
So for us, because we got so many clients, it's not, hey, you're not going to come to my office with 3,000 receipts and think you're not going to get charged $3,000. It's not going to happen. So I'm being honest. So what we did was we created a digital receipt management program. Very simple. We connect our server to your phone. We install 22 folders. And on those 22 folders, they're the most common expenses that everybody has. Gas. So let's use a barber or a beautician, for example. Supplies, chair, scissors and machines. These most common expenses come off the dollar that you pay at the end of the year. So if somebody made $20,000 and had $10,000 in expenses, you're only going to pay taxes on $10,000 worth of income because it's a direct dollar off for every dollar you have. This is what Donald Trump does, but on $1 billion level.
Right.
It's no different. But because people are not educated, they go, oh, I'm not paying taxes on the money I made. Okay, but you can file taxes and still not pay taxes. But you got to be, very on point with your stuff. We created a digital receipt management program. And you upload the photos. Very simple. One photo, put in the category it belongs in. So if you were eating out at the time, you take a snapshot, you put it in the folder meals. After 365 days, you're going to have a couple thousand photos. A couple thousand photos times $3 or $5 a receipt. You already got $15,000 in expenses, and you didn't even know that.
So anything is considered an expense. It doesn't matter what it is. We can upload any receipt.
Yeah, well, the reason being for this is because you're already paying taxes. I'm sorry, guys. You see me?
Yes, we can see you. Mm-hmm.
You're already paying taxes when you actually purchase the product. So when you went to eat, you pay taxes, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm. Why are you going to pay taxes again at the end of the year? That's because you didn't write it off.
Good damn sense.
And because you didn't write it off, now you pay taxes at the end of the year, as well as paying the taxes when you actually bought the product. You just doubled up on the tax. The IRS is really happy that you did that.
Right.
They said, wow, he didn't write it off, and he spent God knows how much. Thank you. I made $2 for every dollar that you didn't write off. So this is why the IRS is real touchy on writing off stuff. But it's mainly educating people on how to file taxes. Not just file taxes, but how to file taxes. And now watch this. Let's say they have $15,000 in deductions. They had $30,000 in income. They now have $15,000 that they're going to be reporting to the IRS. But let's say they have 2 kids now. Now they qualify for the earned income credit. That's a $7,000 credit for 2 kids. Now their refund is $5,000, but they didn't want to file taxes. Education.
So what can you not write off? So as a barber hairstylist, John, being that a lot of individuals like to spend money on material stuff, could they write that off, like sneakers, clothes?
I would tell you, when it comes to write-offs, I would tell you this. Try to be as moral as possible, okay? If you know those Timbs were size 3 and they belong to your daughter, what are you doing writing them off? Write-off was for you, not was for others to try to come off on a dollar. And
Don't
that's
try to
where
be slick.
tax then becomes moral or not moral. Write off everything that belongs to you, your business, and what it costs. Not write off the turtle that you bought for your daughter. That has nothing to do with cutting hair, brother. Understand?
Yes.
And now, is it ever too late to start? Like, let's say I haven't been saving my what is it? It's July something. You usually file taxes in like
it's definitely never too late. But I would tell you, you lost a lot. You lost a lot. You put it like this: every time you swipe your card, every time you spend $1, you lost.
And now I can't get that back in the bank statement or something.
bank statements don't count. I get this question all the time. You know why? If I steal your credit card right now and I go nuts, I spend $20,000, the bank statement is going to show $20,000 worth of purchases, correct?
Yeah.
So now you get to write it off at the end of the year, but it was actually fraud because you reported it and got your $20,000 back. So now you just duped the IRS for $20,000.
Oh, and they can't tell, like, they can't tell that? Like, they can't...
It's 400 million people, brother. IRS doesn't know nothing but everything digital. It's only a computer. It's not physical people checking this stuff.
Okay.
Only audits go through physical people. So let me give you a broad example touching on what you just said, if a bank statement works. The reason why they don't use that is because what I just told you. They need the receipts. If I stole your credit card, am I going to give you the receipt? No, right? Because I'm the thief. I'm the one who stole your credit card. I'm not going to go back to your house and give you the receipts. The receipts is the final proof that tells the IRS this person made the charge. And that means they have the receipt. So show us the proof of the receipt. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
This is why they will only accept receipts, and that's it. But that's something that you don't have to handle with the receipt management program that we have. Put it like this. I got future company, free bands, Mogul Tree. I got Cardi B's whole producing team. They all on the receipt management program. Why? None of them are going to come to my office with 1,000 receipts.
Right.
They're all over the world. They're all over the world. Makes it easy for you guys. And I have every dollar. So when I write off $10,000, it's because you showed me $10,000 in receipts. Understand? And I could defend your audit. I could back you up. But I don't think that I'm going to falsely put something because we're cool. I make too much money to say that we're cool and you mess up my license. Understand?
Right. So speaking of that, we can't expect you to, put a little extra child in here and put a little... You're not that tax guy, right? You're not that tax guy.
Yeah, you hear everybody laughing on that one, though, right?
I got a question for that app.
At the corner store.
Okay.
I'm a firm that's licensed for 50 states, and I built it for 4 clients. We're at 1,100 now. The company's worth over $3.3 million. And I grew up poor, brother. I'm not going to let one fake child from the Heights affect that. I'm not going to do that. It's not worth it anyway, because every single person who I have heard that used an illegal child or child that wasn't theirs on their tax return has paid close to $10,000 when they actually found that wasn't their child.
Wow.
It is not worth it. And then what? They suspend your license. They levy your bank account. I deal with that about 30 times a year. So it's more of your call. You want the money now, you're going to get it. But in 10 years, you might be really in a bad position, and then that fucking bill, excuse the language, but that bill's going to come. And then what? You're going to think that truthful tax is going to save your day? I'm going to look at you and say you were stupid. And then you wind up going the right way. You might as well just go the right way from the start.
And now for that app, is it an app for the receipt return, or how do you do that? Where you download it from?
No, it's never late. It literally, you just go to our website, you go to Receipt Locker Program, and you sign up for there. So it's very simple. Everything that you do with taxes is a write-off. It's tax preparation cost. So no matter what, it's still going to be free for you at the end, whatever the cost is up front. Understand?
Okay.
But here's the variable to it. If I saved you $4,000 a year, would you pay $50 a month for that?
Absolutely.
Okay, the average person who makes $70,000 saves close to $14,000 a year.
Wow.
When they manage their receipts correctly. You won't pay $50 a month for that? You're stupid if you don't. And that's bottom line. You're stupid if you don't. So this is a new program that we're pushing. I'm not here to push my program. I'm here to educate you guys on the importance of managing receipts, which directly affects your livelihood as a person on this planet. The dollar that you have at the end of the year that you report to the IRS. And that's what's really important. You can't get a house. You can't get a car. You can't get none unless you saved $20,000-$30,000 and bought a car outright. All right, different story. But if you ain't rich, you need a bank. You know.
And even when you're rich, you need a bank.
You know what? You're right. You're damn right about that. I just came from a big bank meeting today on a guy who makes $3.8 million, and he needed another 3. He's rich, but he needed another 3. What he needed, what did I have to produce? A solid tax return. To the T, all his expenses. What do you think is going to happen if one of you guys get rich, if you guys are not rich already? Don't be afraid to file a tax. Be afraid when you're avoiding taxes. If you do not file taxes, if you can see me right now, I'm going to tell you, you're going to get caught. You're going to get caught.
So how do we hire you?
Hire me? Can't hire me.
No.
No. You look it. When it comes to taxes, it's always a very sensitive subject. So you go with whoever you want to file taxes with that you feel comfortable with, that's going to keep your information safe. And remember how I just said that. You're talking about your kids' information, your information. It's the easiest industry to lose your life on paper. You go with whoever you feel comfortable with and whoever has a strong credibility. If you feel comfortable with my firm, the way I talk to you today, you literally go on our website, contact us, and you'll be a client next year. But if you feel comfortable with Jose or Damon or whoever, or Jaleesa, who's an accountant, you go with them. But if you ever have an issue, call me. I'll fix that. That's what we do here.
Salute to
So
that.
literally just go through our website. If you ever need to contact me, if you feel like you want to be a client of Truthful Taxes, you go to our website, truthfultaxes.com. You can visit. You can Google us and you'll see. We have some of the biggest partners. Some of the biggest celebs promote us, and it's not because we pay them. It's because I work directly with them, and I say, hey, guy, saved your life this year. Please do out a promo for us. You know?
John,
John, credibility is there, and if you feel that you want us to work with you this year, just don't hesitate to contact us. Truthfultaxes.com. The number's there, and I'll be more than work with every single one of you guys and educate you guys and do anything that you guys need to go ahead and get you approved for loans, strengthen your tax situation, and just educate the hell out of you when it comes to this, you know?
Yeah. John, question. So with the Barber Beauty Association, can you write that off?
The fee itself?
Yes. Or not really the fee, but being that a lot of hairstylists and barbers are self-employed, are they with the self-employed ones that fit the requirement and that do file taxes? Can they write off the membership for Barber Beauty Association?
Yes, because it's a business course, because it's an educational course as well. They're using this course to go ahead and learn different tools. Am I correct?
Yes.
Or learn different insights to better either their skill or just get more in-depth knowledge. It's 100% right on.
See,
100% right on.
Thank
but
you.
If you told me,
because you know why? Because a lot of people that I run into feel that health insurance, it costs too much, or putting away for retirement or life insurance, that costs too much, but not knowing if correct me if I'm wrong, that they could write that off, right?
Yes, it's a write-off, especially when it's 10% of your total income for the whole year. Let's say the barber makes $40,000, and their monthly premium is $453. You times that by 12, that's more than 10% of their income. Complete write-off, not an issue. It's totally different when it comes to the self-employed versus W-2. As a W-2 employee, you can't write off your insurance. You know why? You don't pay for it. You pay a small amount. Your employer pays for most of it. If you're paying for it and you're self-employed, 100% of the cost is a write-off. 100%. How many times have you heard rappers talk about everything they do is a write-off? A barber is no different from a rapper. It's self-employment. Everything applies. One just makes his money rapping, the other makes his money cutting. All your expenses apply. Same as that can.
I'm about to keep my receipts for it. Q-tips.
What happened?
He said he about to keep his receipts for Q-tips.
Q-tip. I mean, but so look at. It's good that you said that. Who the hell thinks that they can write up Q-tips? But how many Q-tips you use?
At least 10 to 15 a day. A pack a week,
10, 15
2 weeks.
days. So you're talking about a box a week or a box every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
$3 every 2 weeks times 26. Yo, I just saved you $57, $60 in just one small item off your taxes. That's not including the barber side. And I'm telling you, because I'm in the industry, I own a very high-class nail salon and eyelash studio. I don't do the stuff myself. That's my wife. But everything, all her supplies, her nail polish, all that.
Yeah.
Her bromo side, the blue stuff. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
The scissors, the cuticle cutters, everything. The wax machine that I bought, everything.
It's just literally just keep the receipt for everything.
Write-off. Don't be afraid to report your income when you have these write-offs. How many barbers rent chairs? How much is the average chair rent to in the industry?
From 175 to
right?
250.
250.
Yeah, depending on what you get.
And now watch this. Let's put that number together, guys. And this is what, a week, right?
Yeah.
Like yeah.
All right, so let's do 200. Let's not do 250. 200 times 52 weeks is $10,400 as a write-off, guys. That's crazy.
Yeah. You know,
But you don't see this like that.
That's crazy. That's how much.
Ever really drilled this into your head as to why Donald Trump does what he does? Do you understand why Donald Trump doesn't want to release his tax returns now? Yeah, he makes $1 billion, but he writes off $900 million. So when the whole world sees he only made $100 million and there's senators making more than him, they're gonna be like, this dude's a fraud. But no, he knows how to use the tax system.
So, okay, so you just mentioned the chairs. How do you get a receipt for a chair? Does it have to be, can it just be like a handwritten receipt?
That's something that you're really going to have to be on your landlord or whoever owns the shop and be like, hey, you got to give me a receipt. Or at least write them a check. If you're not going to write them a check, write a handwritten receipt, something.
Or a money order, pay a money order or something like that.
That you can have. Well, listen, the guy who you're renting the chair from is not going to say, I'm not writing you nothing.
Right.
No, you're collecting money, man. I'm just asking for some weird receipt. I don't care. It could be a Barbie receipt.
What if
send me the receipt?
Like, let's say I take a little notebook, and then we both write the
That's
date,
fine. You can get
the
the cute little
time,
dollar store notebook. That works.
and both our signatures.
Well,
you don't-
anybody can sign that. And you want
Okay.
something at least to give you some sort of defense if it was to happen that you do get audited. But I have no afraid. Listen, we handled 81 audits and passed all 81 audits last year. Why? I only submit whatever you give me. So if you put a horse on there, I'm not going to put a horse. But if it was legit, I'm writing it off.
Okay.
Understand?
So basically, the moral of the story is keep all your receipts and just, if you're using the system, upload as many receipts as you can.
This is the reality of receipts. Every barber, whoever's listening right now, 98% of you guys are not saving the receipts the way you're supposed to save the receipts. You're not putting in the binder every day. You're not putting the tape on it. You're not adding the sheet to get the total cost of each and every subject, meaning supplies, rental, this. You're not doing that.
What
It's
about
not in the
travel?
binder. So because you're not doing that, we do all that for you. And all you do is take a picture. If you could go to Instagram and take a picture right now for free with a pair of new sneakers on, and I see that picture and you didn't upload no receipts, we're going to have a problem. Because you can post for free on Instagram to look cute, but you can't upload a receipt that takes 4 to 5 seconds that saves you $100 if that receipt was $100. That's nonsense, guys.
True indeed. What about travel? Like, you spend a certain amount of gas.
100% write-off, especially these events that Dontay educated me on, all these seminars and stuff. Literally. So, very simple. You book a flight, it comes to your phone as an email, right?
Mm-hmm.
Says Santo Domingo, $800, right? You take a snapshot of it. everybody knows how to take a snapshot, right? Take a snapshot, you upload it to our server, we get it that second, you're done. That's it. After 365 days of different receipts in different categories, I now have the full picture and the total expense of all your expenses for the whole year combined. Now, you made $70,000, you had $20,000 in receipts, you now get taxed on $50,000. You just saved yourself $10,000. Most people don't got $10,000 in their bank account.
That's definitely
That's
factual.
a damn fact.
Yeah, a lot of people are quiet, and most of the people who are quiet, they're like, damn, I got to get on my grind again. You know?
We have to start saving receipts. It's funny because I just bought a new pair of clippers the other day, and the supply guy's like, you don't want a receipt? And I was like, no, that's fine. I don't need one.
They're not asking you that because they want to be nice. They know that most businesses who are really on top of their stuff is going to write it off.
Right.
If I buy bubble gum for next door, I'm writing it off. I'm like, because the last thing I want to do is give $1 back to the IRS. My bill this year, one of my bills was $27,000. And that's because I reduced it by $300,000, guys.
Wow.
You know what I said?
Damn.
I reduced it by $300,000. You know how? Writing off everything that I can write off. Because I already paid taxes on that money when I purchased the product. When I purchased gas, you pay taxes on the gas when you purchased it, right?
Right.
What the hell you didn't write it off on? Now you got to pay taxes at the end of the year on the money you didn't write off. You stupid.
Right.
You just got to be really on point. The good thing is that the digital receipt management program works for everybody around the world. We never have to meet. It's a flawless system. You get a report at the end of the year of each item. You even see where your heaviest expense is, and then you're going to go, damn, I spent $9,000 on food outside. Sheesh. You know where you can pull back on. You understand?
Right.
But at least now I can defend you in an audit. If the IRS says, we want to see all $17,000 worth of expenses, I go, yeah, here's the binder. Take care. Call me when you're done, please. All right? All right, cool. My address is this. Send back the response there. That's it. You're done. But once you go ahead and make $70,000, you don't report shit, you get a $15,000 bill. Most people don't got $15,000 at the end of the year to pay that. That hurts.
Right.
I'm sorry, but if you save $10,000 a year times 4 years, that's your kid's college. Guys, think.
So we learned a few things from you. First
a lot
thing
more
is,
to learn.
yeah. So first thing is keep all your receipts, no matter what it is. Keep your receipts because you don't know that you can't write that off, and according to you, you can write pretty much everything off.
According to me, you're self-employed.
So you can write bubblegum off.
You have to be moral, guys. Remember when I say be moral. Keep your receipts, but if you know it had nothing to do with anything, guys, don't write it off. It's not that serious. Your daughter's boots has nothing to do with being a barber.
Right.
All right? And
then the second thing is, no matter how long you've gone without filing your taxes, it's best to try and file them ASAP because the longer you wait, the more problems you create for yourself.
It will. So let me give you a example of this corner store that try not to file taxes. It came to me busting through the door. Hey, we need your help. IRS just said I need to file 5 years. Damn, you haven't filed in 5 years? Guess what? Wound up owing $160,000. He couldn't do nothing because he waited till the IRS came to him. But if you would have had this education and learned from the start, from year one, that you didn't file your taxes, you probably wouldn't have had a bill. Guys, give me 1 second. 1 second, guys. Hello? Hello?
Done.
Mm-hmm.
We learned a lot today, people.
I told him that I'll leave it for them tomorrow. I mean, later today when I get in, she has to wait till about 9. About 9, because that's what time I'll be back at the door. All right? All right, about 9 though for sure. No problem. Sorry, guys.
No problem.
So I'm pretty sure there's a million questions out there. So what's another question somebody asked?
Can you write off your car note?
Well, actually, the car it's a whole different worksheet. It is 100% of it is a write-off, but you don't get every dollar back on a car. It's called a standard mileage deduction worksheet. So for every mile you drive, the IRS is going to give you 25 cents for that mile. Yes, 25 cents, because cars depreciate. So they take in the factor of the depreciation and give you 25 cents per dollar of that appreciation because of the mile. So you know how you have 1 mile is worth a lot more than having 100,000 miles? Same thing. That's why they do that. So they give you 25 cents for every mile that you write off. Your car note. So you have a standard deduction worksheet, and then you got an actual expense worksheet. Most of the time, you should go with actual expense because your car note, $400 a month. You drove 15,000 miles. Divide that by 0.25. You had $6,000 in gas costs. You had $4,000 in car insurance. You now just spent $20,000 on your car. But you didn't write it off. So now you're paying even more because now you already paid the taxes on all of that. My car is my heaviest expense, guys. It was $37,000 alone last year. A car, guys. There is so much stuff you guys need to learn on how to benefit from the tax system. My kids' colleges are already saved because of the tax system. I didn't put $1 in there, guys. $1. You can either put that money away as refunds that you get, or you can either save that money to put your kids through college in 4 years alone, being self-employed. And it starts with your receipt, guys. And a lot of people don't want to spend the time to save the receipts, but when you show them the overall result at the end of the year that they saved $14,000 on somebody who made $70,000, they're shocked. They're disappointed that they didn't do this the last 10 years. You know?
Yeah.
Any questions? Any more?
Wow. I think that's just about it, John. Thank you. Woo.
No problem.
Woo.
No problem,
That was
guys.
some great
Listen,
information.
I thank you guys
right
for letting me come on the show, number one. Number two is, listen, protect every dollar you ever made. You know, just be more educated, just as hard as you took to go ahead and learn what you learn in your profession. Be very smart about your finances. That's going to make you or break you. Now, I say 80% of relationships fail because finances are not straight. Get your finances straight. If you're self-employed, you really need to get your expenses straight, and you'll be really, really good. You'll be really good as you get older, and it will teach you a lot about becoming self-employed and an entrepreneur. You know, so just be really vigilant, and I thank you guys very much from my company and I on joining in, and whenever called upon again, I'll be glad to dial in and feed you my 10 years of knowledge without no charge. Don't worry.
Thank you, John. For everybody out there, give them your contact information and Instagram.
Yeah, my Instagram is truthful_taxes. And my contact information, you can reach me at customer service at truthfultaxes.com. And our cell number and office number is 201-268-9472. Right now it's the off season, so you know we pick up from time to time on that. We answer our emails every single day. So the best way to reach us right now during the off season is customer service at truthfultaxes.com, and we respond right away. We'll handle everything you guys need to handle. We'll save your life, trust me. I'll save some of the crazy biggest celebrities out there. I'll save their life. Trust me. I won't mention their names, though. They're good people. All right? Guys, take care, okay?
All right. Thanks, John. ScissorSalute.
No problem.
Talk to you soon.
It was a pleasure, guys.
So we learned a lot. That was a lot to take in, but it was valuable information because most people don't know these things. Most people don't know that you can just write off. Oh, we have another call. That was quick. ScissorSalute. ScissorSalute. You're on the line. Who's calling? I guess they hung up, LA. They're not saying. They're just listening. They're just creeping on ScissorSalute Show. We can't hear you, so please call back because we either have a bad connection or you can't hear us. So please call back. LA, I think you should hang up. So whoever that was, please call us back because we didn't hear you. But so most people don't know what not to do because we're not educated in taxes. We're not tax preparers. So we don't know that we can save receipts that, we use to travel. If we fill our tank with gas, we don't know that we can file that as a write-off on our taxes. And if we're eating out, the average person doesn't know that that's considered a write-off. So moral of the story is keep all of your receipts. If you haven't filed your taxes in years, do so ASAP because, like John said, it is a serious offense and they will be coming looking for you. So it's best that you do that now. I know it's scary. I think I remember one year I didn't file taxes, so I was like afraid that I was gonna end up owing a lot, and I actually didn't end up owing much at all. I didn't owe anything. I got a small return. It wasn't as big as it usually was, but I didn't owe anything. So we have Ruben and Dontay on the stage, and he is using a wall clipper for the first time. I'm not sure which one. Oh, he said the wall seniors, the wall cordless seniors. So he's gonna let us know what he thinks about it. Basically, he's gonna give us a review on the show. So of the clippers, and hopefully Dante's beard doesn't mess it up.
We can't hear you.
So while they're preparing, I have my girl, Samantha Jean, with me.
So good to see you.
If you're a fan of the ScissorSalute Show, then she's been on here a couple of times. But a lot has changed since she's last been on here, so we're just going to catch up on what she's been doing lately. So, what's going on, Samantha?
Not too much. Same old. Just doing as much hair as possible. And I hear you doing amazing at the barbershop with your brother.
I'm trying. I'm definitely, it's definitely been an experience. Like Ruben just said, it's not. He's been doing it for 20 years, and he said that he struggled for the first 5 to 7 years. So I'm definitely, hoping that it doesn't take. I can't wait 5 to 7
5
years.
years doesn't.
I don't have that.
We don't have time for that. I think I would love to talk with you about things that you're doing to drive people into your chair faster than 5 years, because I think that it really can happen, and I think that it's a little bit of a progression.
It is.
But that doesn't mean that you're not going to be somewhere between now and then. Like, yes, it took him 5 years to get here, but that doesn't mean you're not going to be growing, accumulating along the way.
Right.
You know what I mean?
What I think, though, is very different from when he first started, because he's been doing it for 20 years, is social media. There was no social media, so I find that barbers and hairstylists, makeup artists, back then had it extremely hard because
it was all word of mouth.
Right. It was all word of mouth. It was all your reputation that you base your clientele on. So we didn't have, now a picture can easily get you a clientele, even if you're not that great. But if you have a great picture, it can easily draw someone into your shop. So we're in a totally different era. So as far as driving people into my chair, I'm basically there when I'm supposed to be there. I'm there from opening to closing. I'm there from my days, which are Thursday through Sunday. So I'm there
on the
when
busy
I'm supposed
days,
to
and
be.
those are prime days. So that's good days
Right,
to build.
they're good
you know?
days for me. And I'm doing. Trust me, I'm definitely doing a lot better than I did when I started out. Some people are still kind of hesitant, like I said, because I'm a female. But you know, we have men that walk into the door, and like Ruben said, they just need a haircut. So whoever's open at the time, and which is usually me, obviously, they sit in my chair. So it's been growing. You know,
I think it's about taking the ones that you get and actually turning those into something else.
Right.
You know, it's about leveraging what you do get. And I think with your personality and with your work, I don't think it's going to be a problem for you to build because you're awesome. I love you. You know? So I think what's very important is that, like, you're being as confident as you can be, because that's really all that it is about. If you exude confidence, they're not going to question your skills necessarily. You know what I mean? Because your brother set up that shop beautifully. I know the shop. I drive past it all the time. My beauty supply store is like right next door. That shop is beautiful. So the clients are going to go in there and know, chances are, if a barber's standing there, they're not going to be a piece of crap barber. They're going to be a good barber. So if you have the confidence, they will feel secure. You know what I mean? And I touch my clients. Like, I don't be afraid to, like, put my hand on them. Do things that make them feel assured. Like, there's physically things you can do, and there's verbiage that you can use to make them feel more comfortable. You know? And then don't be afraid to tell them to give you a referral. Like, I tell my clients, please, you know, you liked it? The best compliment is a referral. Tell your friends.
Absolutely.
You know, tell them, talk to your brother. See if there's something where maybe I can do a cut. You know, do a deal where you refer me 3 clients, you get $5 off your next cut. You know, I did referral programs. I used to send out thank you cards. I used to send out birthday cards. I used to send, you know, everything I could do. The strip mall that store is in, everybody in that strip mall should know your name. Every business owner should know your name. You should walk in there. You might have already done it. Don't let me assume. I don't want to be like a pompous windbag.
I'm a chatty,
you know, but
I'm a chatty girl.
That's exactly. So you probably already have, you know. But make sure
everybody.
you do it in the capacity of, this is where I work. This is where you can find me. You know what I mean? Yeah. Make sure you're always using verbiage to build yourself.
What I focus on is the experience. So when somebody sits in my chair, from the time that they sit in my chair to the time that they leave, I really focus on how they feel. So, you know, I'm not at the level where my brother is obviously fading. I'm not at the level where Nelson, the other barber, is fading, but I do have something else to offer. So I give them a good experience so that they, you know, they always remember, you know, she was a good barber. She was clean. She was friendly. She was fun. We talked, and, you know,
people want to feel at ease. They want to feel
exactly.
comfortable.
They want to feel comfortable, and you have to give them a reason to come back, because, you know, there are tons of barbershops, there are tons of salons in Long Island. So you have to give somebody a reason to want to come back to you, because there are plenty of other options.
Absolutely. If they're not going to go to you, they can go to so-and-so down the road, or like on the next corner. You know, there's a shop every 5 minutes. So, but I think, like you said, the experience is what, you know, what will make the difference.
So what's going on with Theo?
Same thing. Same thing is what we're talking about. I spend all my time just trying to build my chair, and when I'm out, I'm talking about my chair.
Wait, I don't mean to blow you up, but look at this is a real life.
Everyone knows. Everyone at the salon knows.
A stylist.
She has
color on her fingers. That's real life. She's definitely about that life right there.
No gloves. I need the dexterity. So plus, I feel like if I'm putting the chemical on your scalp, and I can't even have it on my hands for a little while, that seems
you
like
should
a
be
little
worried,
bit of
right?
Yeah, that seems like a catch-22 right there. So
now, we were talking earlier. You don't take any days off. You work every single day.
I work every single day. Yes. Yes, I do, because we have to work while we're young, and as you know, thankfully now we have people like Dontay and our tax friend John and these other people that are going to help us, so we don't have to work every day.
Get it together, yeah.
You know,
true.
we can actually, you know, work with intentions of living a balanced life without working with intentions just to work.
Right. I think that's like the definite plus of the BBA is that it's going to give us the type of structure that corporate jobs have.
Absolutely.
Because when you're self-employed, you don't have a 401k and you don't have insurance, you know.
Right,
you have
necessarily.
To,
you know,
right.
unless you work at a corporate salon or a corporate barbershop.
Right.
You know.
Otherwise, you have, you know, basically whatever you have is what you have.
Absolutely.
If you're saving, you know, there's no 401k, so you have to save your money. You have to be kind of disciplined with that. Right. So that is the good thing about the BBA is that it's definitely going to bring us some structure. It's going to bring us the benefits that corporate jobs have.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we need
and
it.
the validation as our, like, for our trade. Like, no parent would ever be ashamed of sending their kid to, like, trade school to be an electrician or a plumber or, you know, HVAC. They always speak of that with pride. Like, oh, my son is an electrician, my daughter is this and that and the other thing. But then the minute somebody says, oh, my child's going to go to hair school or my child's going to go to barber school or, you know, it's always very negative. I even had people in my own family not necessarily encourage me because they didn't think the business, you know, I don't know, they saw whatever they saw about the industry. And my family had salons, you know, so I think it's strange that we don't see this industry as valid, you know, because
it's not as
a lot of, if you take the cash that we make and you add it all up and you put it on paper, it's so much money. It is so much money. And there's no reason why we shouldn't feel like we are, you know, that like we have earning potential. Like we do not have earning potential.
Well, let's not even mention, like, without even talking about the money. Everybody needs to be groomed at some point.
Right.
Everybody, whether if you have a wedding to go to, whether if you have a job interview, whether if, you know, you have any event, you need to be groomed. So everybody uses us at some point.
Absolutely.
So we should be valued.
Right.
But the BBA will bring some type of, I guess, like you say,
structure.
Respect, too.
Yeah, because people get scared. They think, all right, now my kid's not going to pay taxes. Now they're not going to have a retirement or a 401k or this, that, and the third. When realistically, this business calls for all of us to be that much more responsible. Absolutely. A lot of us tend to fail to meet the challenge. We love the freedom that this business brings us, and we love all the other aspects. Oh, yeah, the money, but we love being able to make our own schedule and take clients when we want and all the freedom that comes with it, but we don't necessarily step up to the plate as far as then being independent with our finances and setting up our retirement and setting up our future. Luckily for myself, I used to work in finance. Like I was a personal banker. I sold life insurance, fixed annuities. So I spent a lot of time as like a 19, 20-year-old kid talking to people our age now about their retirement. So like at this point now, it's about me just taking my own advice. And I was very lucky enough to be introduced to Dontay through you guys, which was awesome. So, you know, he was able to help get me back on track rather, as far as, you know, getting myself in some type of a financial vehicle where I can have, you know, tax benefits and triple compounding tax, you know, things and all these different things where I'm able to improve my financial situation.
So you've seen, you have a personal experience with Dontay. You've seen the benefits of it.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And I think what's cool about it is, like, I'll be honest with you, you could go, I don't know if hairstylists even realize this, but any bank you go to has a personal banker there that will advise you on what to do. The problem is that person does not necessarily know the industry that we work in.
Right.
What's important with Dontay is that he's very well versed in our industry and how our finances work and how our mindset works, as how flippant we are, as far as keeping our, you know, receipts and these things that John was just touching on. So he's going to be able to put it in terms that we understand and that work for us and work for our lifestyle, you know, and you know, how our finances really function, you know. Because it's all well and good to say, oh, yeah, save your tips, but it's another thing to put it into practice and to be, you know, to set it up. Exactly. I think that's a very good word. It is about discipline. So. Absolutely.
So that's definitely a positive thing, is that you've used it and you know that it's worked for you. So it'll definitely work for everybody else. So we're excited about the BBA. We can't wait till it gets rolling, where everybody can enroll and start reaping the benefits of it. So Rue blades, did you use? I wasn't really paying attention. Did you use the clippers?
Deep ass conversation.
Yeah, it got deep.
Walling out.
So how was it?
It was wonderful.
Did you adjust those blades?
Yes, I did. Right before I left the shop today.
Okay, so they adjusted. So they're not right out of the box.
They are right out the box. This is the first face they ever touched, but you gotta adjust them
But
before
put
they.
your touch on it.
Right, you
Heck yeah.
bladed it. You
There
definitely
you go.
adjusted.
Hey, yo. You getting it. You getting it. I like that.
So can we get a little side shot? Oh,
There you go. All right, option A,
Dontay looking
option
like
B.
something. You came in here looking a little rough, but now you're looking like
You know how much
something.
insurance Dante's gonna sell now with that? That's it. That's a wrap.
Now, what straight blade do you use?
Right now I'm using the Dorco Primes.
Okay.
The little blue ones,
Yeah, I like those.
Yeah.
Yep. I
They're
think
pretty
those are
sharp.
the best ones.
I like they don't dull out real good. The orange one's been dulling out real quick.
Yeah, the red ones, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't like those too much either.
I like the blue ones all day. With
And
a
you-
little exposed Kabod razor. You know my man Kabod International. You know what I mean? Always gotta support.
So you like the blade all the way out too? That
Oh yeah,
scares me.
exposed all day. You gotta see it.
No, but that scares me. I
It's
feel like
that
I'm
you
gonna
can
cut
see,
them.
You have better control of the blade where you going. Cause don't you know when that is hidden, you can hardly see where you. So you over here, you think you going down to the metal when the blade's a little more extended. Now you just put your beard or your edge up or whatever down a little bit
low.
too much.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, got it. And what are some tips you could give to not cutting your client?
Lube, a lot of lube.
Just like anything else, you know.
A lot of water, a lot of lubrication. I like
A lot of
using,
shave gel.
I like using the Elegance gel.
Okay,
it's
a lot
real
of shave
good.
gel.
I like also the gummy gel's good.
Okay.
Keep the questions coming. No.
You're. Oh no, I don't have a question. Not an appropriate question.
Having some
So are you you took down his
No, I
baldy
left
already?
the beard. I left the beard the same length. I just faded out his sideburns, cause he got the baldy. So I don't like that whole blocked off look.
straight
with the
Right,
baldy.
right.
I like faded out. Gives it a more natural look.
Yeah, most.
What's the most popular style beard that you're seeing lately?
The thick beard.
The thick Rick Ross beard.
Yeah, all that skinny chin strap. If you 13 and you got a little buzz and crap, but grown men ain't doing them nowadays no more.
Do you use enhancements at the shop?
No, I do not.
I
use them if somebody asks me, but I
Okay.
don't use them per se like on some. If my cut is sharpest, that's all blade. That's no
Right. No.
dye and none of that.
No, and I get that. Because a lot of barbers don't like to use it, but I feel from my personal experience is that they want it. The clients want.
Well, like the
enhancements.
Beijing and all that?
Yeah, they want Beijing.
Some,
me just say,
the
like,
ones that they're getting older and they missing that little spot. It was
Right, just a little bit touch up in the
all
beard.
right.
Right.
That's all right.
Or if they're going gray, or if
Well, that's the thing though with the Beijing, you can't put that in their hair because the Beijing, if I'm not mistaken, from my understanding, is like a metallic based dye. So if they were then to go over it with a Just for Men or something else, it could have a contraindication in the.
Well, no, they don't go over it with anything. They just use.
But I mean, another time, like let's just say they put it on, right, and then that grows out. Now you have Beijing on the ends, but you have root. If they go in at home with something and it touches that, like I can't promise that that's not going to be bad for them. You know what I mean? Like I don't encourage. I like Beijing in the beard, like he said, if just to touch up a patch, if they really can't grow it and it's messing up the whole thing. But like it's not a hair dye, and I've seen some barbershops use it as like a hair dye. That's a bad idea. They should just
So
give them
wait,
my
it's
phone
not a
number.
dye because I used to
Take
use
care of it.
Beijing to dye my hair.
I would
Hairline.
no your hair. Oh, girl, please.
Yes, when I
No, you know
when
where my
I-
barbershop
number
is.
59,
I will take care. No,
number
Lord
59.
Jesus.
When I was jet
Jesus,
black,
take the
I
wheel.
used number 59. But it says hair dye on the box.
Yes, it does. It absolutely does.
So they're lying?
A lot of things say a lot of things on the box.
Wait, okay. So please, so please tell me why
I just
Beijing isn't a dye. You're a colorist, so you know why.
I just did because it's not. I can't, like, all right, so for example, when I go to pick a color off the shelf, like, I know what's in there. I know that it's either got ammonia, no ammonia. I know if it is vegetable based, if it's oil based, whatever the case may be. When you have a Beijing type of dye, and even I think just for men, sometimes they use there's metallic base in that dye. So it can actually, I've seen situations where
listen, I had a client,
like henna, like even henna, like I've had situations where dye went on henna and there was like a heat reaction so hot, their hair like melt off.
What?
I'm telling you, like, you do not want to mix. That's why like people that do their color at home, you never know really what you're putting on.
I had a client that used that Beijing stuff, and he had to go to the doctor and get a whole shot in his butt and all that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
He had an allergic reaction. Okay.
Yes, yeah, because it's very, there's a lot of different chemicals in there that, I mean, not that it's not safe, it's safe, but it may not be safe to mix it with something else. And once you send people home, they're just going rogue. They don't know what,
But with any color, though, aren't you supposed to do like a test?
You're supposed to put a patch test, yeah. Patch test or even like a strand test. Oftentimes people don't do this, but, you're always taking a chance. I actually had a client have a chemical reaction, an allergic reaction, because I've been doing her hair for years. Because I did her hair before, I even started doing hair full time. And all of a sudden, she started to have a reaction, and she went to the doctor, and it was something that she acquired over time. And I just switched, I switched the product.
Right, so she just became allergic to it out of the blue.
Oh, yeah. And sometimes with the allergy, the client you'll think the client's fine, but then they'll come back the next day and be like, oh my God, I'm all I have a rash or I have whatever. It doesn't always present itself immediately. It's not like they're going to go to anaphylaxis.
So far.
It's going to take like a day.
Because all these is plastic.
Right. Okay, that's good. See,
straight
I feel like I need
Feel
to
like you
take
can
a
feel
cosmetology course just for that, just to learn color.
Because you have barbering only, or you have cosmetology?
Well, New York isn't a dual licensure, so if you don't have you don't have to have a cosmetology license in New York to take barbering.
Right.
Like New Jersey is
you have to
dual. Yeah, you have to take, right? Rue?
Yo, what's up?
When you go to barber school, you have to take cosmetology too in Jersey, right?
Yes, I hate it.
You're gonna blow my hair
But
out.
I heard supposedly now there's barber school where it's just straight barber. Like I think you could in New York or somewhere.
Well, in New York, New York it's only in New York you can take one or the other, but Jersey, I feel like all the other states except for New York, you have to take both. Because every other state has more than we only have 500 hours in New York.
I heard, man, I forgot.
For barbering, you only have 500?
500, which is not, I'll tell you, it's not enough. 500 hours is not enough for you to learn what you need to learn to prepare you for the shop. You definitely need, I think, at least 1,000. Because 500 hours is about 4 months. Yeah, cosmetology. You should take about... Because, I guess they don't...
Well, think about it, because barbering, you're pretty... Not to say, but, you're straight cutting. You know what I mean?
You're not using chemicals. You're not supposed to.
Ever. Have I used a chemical besides maybe a little Beijing?
Right, color, right. You're not using...
Beautiful.
What do I need to learn how to use rollers? Why do I need to do finger waves?
Because I'm going to tell you right now, because I need a little wave. That's why. Because I need you to blow my hair out.
Well, but I don't do females.
Well,
so you can come in the barbershop all you want. I'm going to be like, I'm sorry, lady, but I can't help you.
I'm sorry, ma'am. But I can't finger wave you with your edge up today. I'm sorry.
What they need to do is like this. Have you ever been to a GED program where they give you that first test, and if you pass it, they just be like, here, man, take it, keep it going?
Yeah.
That's how they should be for hood barbers, you know?
Yeah, we're trying to get rid of hood barbers.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you learn on yourself.
Really, you're missing the point of the program.
You got 10 points, you know what I'm saying? You shave, fade, a blade, scissors. If you pass them all, here's your license. Keep on with your life. You know what I'm saying? Like, why I gotta take a whole year of my life to come? Yeah, I understand. Yeah, the whole, because I did it and say it was all that, but. Bruh, I've been doing this.
Well, see,
that's how I felt about hair.
Yeah, for you it's different because you had already been cutting hair. But for somebody who's just starting out, I think they need at least a year.
But that's the truth about growing up in the business, though. I don't know how you came up, Rue, but everything I learned was from my cousins and my aunt in the shop. It was
Nah,
not,
yeah, that's
it was
pretty
not
much-
from beauty school. That 1,000 hours taught us how to pass the state
The
board
test,
and make
yeah,
sure
that's
no one
all
gets
it-
an
that's all it
infection.
teaches you.
Make sure you
The
don't give
bookwork,
nobody
that's all that
staff.
1,000 hours taught
Yeah,
you.
that's what. But
Yeah,
it should,
you know,
should
like-
be more though. It should be
It
more.
should, yeah. Or it should be more practical. Like, it's so structured to, like, this is what you need to pass the test. And
And
you
half
know,
the things you need to pass the test, you don't even use. Right,
Right, and the shop.
Which,
That's
all right,
true.
that's given. That's like high school. That's the same for anything. But if that's the case, then there should be additional classes and additional time spent. But I guess then the whole thing is you don't want to have contraindicating ideas. Like, you don't want to say, okay, for the state board, do this. But then in the real salon, you do this. Then you confuse them. Like, I kind of get why it's like that. But, you know, I guess that's why part of our business is being independent, again, taking control of our own lives and taking control of our further continued education. Because besides finances, the next thing people look down on us is our education because they think we're not intelligent. But I'm fairly articulate of an individual, so I don't know. You know, I think it's
Right.
yeah, it's a general misconception.
But that's all
But we
based on
have
an
to educate-
individual.
Yes,
right.
but we have to educate ourselves, like as barbers, as stylists, as colorists. You know, everything. There's so much out there for us to learn. Like, every day I'm trying to learn something. Every day I'm trying to take a class. You know, and I'm not talking about YouTube class, not to knock YouTube, that's great, but I want to learn from a professional that's been doing that 20 years more than me, not somebody who just taught themselves and is going online to show us. You know, because I've seen tape and extension tutorials on YouTube that are wrong. So if you follow it, it's wrong. You're going to rip clients' hair out. So, what I mean, it's if you go on YouTube, you're taking a risk. It's not necessarily a real, unless it's like an educator or somebody that you know is giving correct information, you're taking a chance. So I pay for classes. You know, all these things I'm sure can get written off, right, Dontay? Give me a nod.
Yeah, yeah, we confirmed that. That was
So,
confirmed.
yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah, education can be written
Yeah,
off.
it's the most important thing for us to
Education,
keep educating.
inspiration.
That's right, Rue. I love it.
What's the third one?
Wait, it's education, inspiration, and
Information.
There it
Information,
is.
right.
We learned a lot about taxes today.
Yeah, we sure did. We sure did. So speaking of education, how important is it for you to always remain teachable? Like, as
Oh
much
God,
as you know.
to be receptive is so important. To be receptive, because what I find is, like, I can tell someone something, or even I can try to learn something, but if I'm too busy already trying to think of a response, or even if I'm too busy saying yes, like, you could be telling me something and I'm like, yes, okay, like, you're still not even really receiving everything. In order to receive information, you have to completely just be open and not worried about what you already know or what you want to explain next, you know. That's the biggest thing. And even with myself, like, I always try to make sure that my brain is open, you know, to what I'm being
right,
told,
you have to listen.
know?
Sometimes you have to listen. Okay, so we're going to do a 360.
That's beautiful.
Dontay, you back. He put you back in the game.
Shiny. Did he do like the buff and shine? I missed that.
He
I
put
didn't
you back in the game, Dontay.
I left the buffer.
Oh, look at him all shy.
I'm sorry I embarrassed him. Dontay, I'm sorry.
She got a joke.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Make
Real nice job.
make sure you tip the man, please. Don't do like you did me, please.
Oh, no. That was not me. That was not me. Oh.
That was a joke. That was a joke. He tipped
No,
me.
Dontay.
Dontay
yeah,
tipped me. He
takes
tipped me
care.
well. That was a joke. That was just a joke. So it's so important to remain, no matter how much you know, because I know there are people who've been doing it for years, and they still take classes because there's always something new evolving. Like, there's always some new technique. There's always some...
Or even a little takeaway. It doesn't even have to be like, when I take a class, it doesn't even have to be a massive, huge thing that I learned that I was like, oh, this was worth it. Sometimes it's the littlest thing, you know? Everything is what you make it, you know? It's really the truth. And I always feel like, even if you're teaching something, like, when one, what did they say? When one person teaches, two people learn. You know what I mean? It's like every opportunity is an opportunity to learn. That's how I look at life since I was young. I was always asking
because you
why,
can learn from
always
someone
asking
who doesn't
why,
know
always
as much.
asking how. I want to know how this works. I want to know why this works. Like, I'm not the ride or die. Like, I'm just going to go with you. I want to know what's going on. Why is this happening?
Why?
What is the ramifications around it? You know what I'm saying? So that's how, but that is, to me, how you ensure that you're going to be successful, because, knowledge is power. And I'm going to say all these, like, corny phrases until people get it. I hate to say it, but I'm going to say something. There was a girl in one of the salons I was working at, and the owner of the salon asked me to show her something, and I could not even get past like 2 seconds of trying to show her, because it was like, I was like, all right, so okay. And I'm like, I haven't even said anything for you to say okay to. So I literally looked at her and I said, oh, she kept saying, okay, I know. I'm like, okay, you don't know. I said, just watch. and, and literally, like, her face was like,
down.
And I tried to say it so nice. But the Capricorn came out. I'm like, no, you don't know. I'm like, just hold on and watch,
Right,
like, in 2 seconds. And she was like, oh, my God. And then from there on out, it was gravy, and it was smooth, and she got it, and it was awesome. But sometimes, like, you really, even myself, like, I just need to stop and listen to what's going on,
Okay, question for you.
Yeah.
A barber wants to start offering color services, but they haven't taken any cosmetology courses. What advice do you give them?
I would say, well, with your licensure, are you allowed to do it?
No, you're not allowed to touch any chemicals.
Because I always want to make sure that my license is in good standing. Now that I went ahead and got it, because for a while, I'm not even going to say. But now that I've went ahead and got it and I'm practicing correctly, like, to me, the most important thing is to not lose it. You know what I mean?
Right.
So what I would do, to me, you should be a cosmetologist. Like, you should be everything. Like, there should be no reason why you're not doing women's hair. You know what I mean? You should be out there, because I think you would do amazing. I really do.
For me, why I didn't take any cosmetology courses, now that I'm thinking about it, I do want to, because I want to start doing color.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to do women's services, because women's services, as you know, take a lot longer.
Mm-hmm.
So I did not want to do that. I just literally wanted to cut hair.
The perception is that it takes longer, because, time is money.
Mm-hmm.
How long does it take you to do a skin fade?
It's taking me about 45 minutes.
And how much do you make for a skin fade in 45 minutes?
It's $30.
$30 in 45 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
So if I can apply a color in 15 minutes and I get $65 for that color, in what universe does women's hair take longer?
See, but I always feel like, no, because people don't just, all right, so it's not just color.
Well,
but
hear me out. You put the color on.
Mm-hmm.
That color goes on. She sits by herself for 35 minutes. So that's $65 sitting by itself. You're not even working on that. You could do a 45-minute. If you get your skin fade down to 35 minutes, you could do a skin fade, make $30 while your color is processing.
True.
There's no way in this universe.
True indeed.
Yeah, there's no way in this universe that having more skills isn't gonna give you more money.
Oh no, I know that. I know that, and I guess I just did not want to do women's hair. I have my hair, and I barely want to do my hair. So I'm like, I don't want to do women's hair.
I'm focused on my hair.
Right. It's hard enough doing my hair, so I don't want to do women's hair. But now that I'm seeing how much you can offer, I'm definitely like, you know
what?
The
barbers at my shop, because my private space where I rent is out of a barbershop. So I sit in my chair in my corner with my sink and I do my little colors. And I don't even necessarily do a ton of business there. I like to have it one-on-one. I like to have where my clients, like you said, have the experience. So I'm not necessarily charging an exorbitant cost. I'm not going crazy. But, like, the barbers look at me because they're, like, turning over these guys. And then, like, I'll put one ticket in the drawer. And it'll be, like, 6 of what they just did. And I'm just like, to me, at this point, girl, we got to work smarter, not harder. We're not going to be young forever. Like, let's just try to make as much money as we can.
And a lot of guys are getting color now, though.
They are.
So I think that's where I'm really like, you know what, I need to start doing
I wonder if some of your hours could count. Like, I don't know how that works between barbers and cosmetologists, which is something for all the lady barbers to look into, maybe. Look and see if there's, like, some type of reciprocity of the hours, maybe. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, maybe your barber hours can count towards it. I don't know. Who knows?
Yeah, I have to look into that.
Yeah,
so in other words, you don't suggest like me saying, all right, Samantha, I need some help learning how to do color. can you sit with me a few hours a week and teach me?
Personally, yes, I would do that. Like, personally, I don't know if anyone can hear me. Personally, yes, I would help you because that's the type of person that I am and that's the type of stylist I am. I always want to share knowledge, but like I said, would I then recommend for you to go and perform color services without it being protected under your license? No.
No. Okay.
I would always want to share knowledge between a fellow stylist, like whether that's your bucket or not, whether you're a barber or whether you're a bridal stylist or not. Like, I'm always going to want to share knowledge because you're going to say something to me that I'm going to take away too. You know, like I said before, you know, the two people learn, you know.
We learn from each other, absolutely.
So I'm really into that. I think that's awesome.
And not for nothing, but you can learn from somebody who's just coming into the business because they have a different perspective on things. So, you know, you can learn from anybody.
Exactly.
So
I mean, both of us are new in the business, and we're learning from each other. And we're on a show speaking authoritatively. Like, who we got? Like, we got some nerve.
Like, we just started. We're hosting.
So, you know, it is what it is.
So crazy.
I like it.
Yeah. No, but this, you know what? That's the good thing about this is a salute show.
There's always going to be somebody newer than you.
That's the truth.
Right,
Yo,
and that's
so
what,
true,
I'm going to
that's
say.
right.
That's the good thing about this is a salute show is that no matter what level you're at, whether if you're just beginning or if you've been in this business for years, this is a place for you to come and feel comfortable and, you know, discuss what you've been going through and share your experiences and gain knowledge and get and feed off of each other.
It really
because
does. It does. The first time I was on this show helped me so much because when I first was starting off, and I feel like you're going through it a little bit too, where it's like you almost get a little backlash. Like, you're not building fast enough. Did I make the right decision? Am I doing the right thing? Like, it's hard to be of a mature age and make life changes. You know, everybody's always going to look at you funny.
Yes.
It's just the way it's the
people
way
judge you.
It's horrible.
And people feel like, you know, well, you're not doing it the right way because you're of a certain age, so you should have already had this. And we were just talking about this earlier, is that it doesn't matter what age you are. You have to start somewhere. You have to choose a point in your life where you're going to start because otherwise, unless you're the type of person that just decides, well, I'm going to just continue doing the same thing for the rest of my life, and that's okay too. You know, if it's working for you, that's okay. But everyone starts somewhere. Yes. Everyone starts somewhere, and it's so important not to let anyone discourage you.
Yeah, derail you. Absolutely.
And because people, like you said, they talk down on this profession, and you have to be strong.
This is the best profession. Like, we're giving. Especially for hairstylists. Now I'm gonna get all corny because I feel like barbers are like, I just want to cut, you know. But I'm like, no, man,
we
my
style
job,
here too, though.
But they're not in it to like be compassionate. Like, I came into hairdressing so that I could live a compassionate life because I used to sell financial products, you know, and like car insurance and different things, and I was supporting myself, you know, at 22 years old, everything was fine. I was supporting myself, my man, his kid, the whole story, you know. Yes. But I was not happy. I was miserable, and I was not living a purposeful life.
Right, because you feel like you're not doing anything.
Now, you know, I live for myself, my clients. My job gives me purpose. You know, every day I get up and they say, "Oh, you work 7 days a week," and I laugh, and I kind of don't want to answer the question because I don't consider this to be working. I consider it to be like my life service, like my due diligence for the day. Like, everybody wakes up and you have to do something with your day. This is what I do with my day. You know what I mean? Some people have kids, some people do whatever they do. This is what I do. I try to, you know, improve the life of my client, whether or not I can or not. At least that's my intentions.
I
agree.
Know? So I feel like this job is, and like my experience was the same. I worked in corporate for 17 years.
Right, yeah. We're professional people.
Yeah,
it's not like we're not degenerates.
I worked in the financial district on Wall Street. So for me, it was like, I'm not doing anything. I always thought about helping people, but didn't really know in what capacity. I didn't know if I wanted to. I knew I couldn't be like a social worker because I'd be trying to rescue everybody.
Right, we take it home.
I couldn't.
We would take all the kids home.
Exactly, I can't be a cop because then I'll be feeling bad for everybody, and like I'm just. So I knew that I wanted to help people. I just didn't know how.
What capacity?
And me and my brother had talked about me cutting hair for a long time, but I feel like this is an instant gratification type of job. That there's nothing that replaces that feeling of that person looking in the mirror and feeling good about themselves.
Yeah. Even like before the mirror, like, because to me, obviously, look at me, I'm not vain. Like, I'm not a stylist that obviously, like, my face
Girl,
is not highlighting.
Shut up.
So I'm like, you know what I mean?
Mine is sorry, but shut up. You're cute.
See, I'm straight. I love that. So, but listen to me, like, at the end of the day, take the vanity out of it when they're at the shampoo sink, when they first walk in, when they leave. Like, there's so many times, like, when I say, like, I physically will, like, touch my clients, because you know what, some people, they go through their whole day without hugging, like, a single person.
Well, they're just stressed out.
They don't
when
hug
they
a
walk
single
in.
person. They don't smile at a single person. They don't, nobody greets them affectionately. Like, it's really important to me to bring, like, humanity back to hairstyling and back to our society and our culture, because I feel like a lot of us have become very, like, disconnected from each other and just, you know, it's too much. We need to bring it back. And my way of doing it is through hair. So I know I'm able to touch a person's life by maybe making them laugh. Like, I try to make my clients laugh. We try to have a great time, you know, and hopefully they like their hair. Usually they do, you know, it's, you know, but that's it for me, you know.
But you know what the funny thing about that is, even if they don't like their hair, they had such a good time, right? So it's like, and we always talk about that. Eli always says you have that barber that may be like a seven and a half
like
barber, but he has a great personality, or, you know, he's always on time, and that counts just as much, because you can be a great hairstylist and have a horrible attitude.
Yeah. To me, that's the worst.
Yeah, it's not worth it at that point.
Yeah,
I'd rather go to somebody who's not as skilled, that is, like, you know.
And to me, the work should always be good. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm a perfectionist to the T. Like, but the work should always be with the intention of being the best it could be. But there's things that we can't change. That's my biggest issue, and my biggest hurdle is not taking things so personal. And my boss, I work at the Salon Project by Joel Warren. And I have to say, he's been amazing in helping me to allow myself to take a step back and not take everything personally, because I'm blessed with him in the sense that he validates my work. So I trust his opinion, that I know he's going to tell me if something that I put out there was BS or horrible work. He's not saying that. This client may not have been happy. They may have a perception where our creative, whatever conclusion we came to may not have been, you know, lining up. But I can't necessarily do anything about that at that point. You know, that's not a reflection on me or my work. I shouldn't take it personal. We shouldn't take it personally as stylists. Like, there's certain things that are just gonna be. And that's where I, as a stylist, am trying to learn and grow, is to not take everything home, not take everything personally. You know, not every stylist is for every person, but there's a cheek for every seat. Someone said that to me one time. And I'm like, you know what? I'm like, you're right, Deborah. It was a woman named Deborah. I'm like, you're right.
You know what? I think a lot of times what happens is people come in with, like, unrealistic expectations.
Oh, that's the next thing.
Like,
that's a whole nother
and we
show.
understand it differently, because we know, okay, so you brought this picture in, and, you know, it does look nice, and I understand that you want that, but you can't have that.
You know what else I do, a trick? I put my thumb in front of because people come in with Mila Kunis, right? Or whoever. That's my TV girlfriend. So I'm like, I'm going to use that as an example. So you come in with a picture of Mila Kunis, right? Thank you. I'm like, thanks for bringing this today so I could look at it. And I put my thumb over the face. And I'm like, do you still like the hair? Because I'm like, you want to look like Mila Kunis,
right?
But I structurally can't change your face.
Right.
So what I do is I try to take the face out of the equation and ask them, do you still like this hair? And they're either like, yes. Most of the time they're like, not really. You know what I mean? So like at that point.
So you're able to talk them off the ledge and suggest something up.
With the picture, it's so much conversation. A picture is worth 1,000 words, because you got to talk them 1,000 ways out of this.
Yeah.
You know, so that's where that.
Definitely. What would you say your, like, most discouraging experience has been?
I had my most discouraging experience, like, recently.
Really?
Yeah. I cried at work.
Oh.
For the first, like, not for the first time, but the first time where, like, a client saw me cry. Normally, I'm,
no,
you know, oh yeah. Oh my God. Oh my God. And I'm like a very strong, like, I'm not gonna. Oh yes. And it was that situation, and I called Joel, and I was like, Joel, I'm like, she did not like this blowout. Like, it was just everything we talked about. Everything we talked about. It was like for an event. She was going to her son. It was like something special. And so it wasn't just a blowout. I did like a Hollywood wave with the, it was gorgeous. But, and actually my client who was waiting, this client, I've never had anyone do this to me. But she, after her hair was done, she actually went to the sink and wet her hair.
Oh, no.
I've never had that happen. So at that point, she went to, I put her in someone else's chair. Yes, girl. Yes, please. Oh my God, child, please.
Hold on.
That's why.
Okay, so before that happened, did you and her have a conversation?
Oh yeah, we had multiple conversations, but it was just not the type of person where a conversation was.
So she was just a difficult client.
Yeah, and I am the person that they send. I'm the one that takes the people that nobody can get through.
You're the negotiator.
I'm the one, like, if there's somebody that, I'm very good with whatever it is that it takes to do that, I'm the facilitator of that. This was just not working out fine. So my client that was sitting waiting, she, heard everything, and she was so sweet. She's like, Sam, she's like, I liked it before she wet it. And I'm like,
so she wet it and did what?
She got a new blowout, and she just got a regular blowout. No, I sent her to someone else. I sent her to someone else, and it was ironically a person that she had complained about. She had something to say about that blowout too.
So she was just a difficult person.
Yes, but that brings us right back to my point. This discouraging situation was really just a learning opportunity, because of all the times, last year I did numerous weddings. Over 60.
How much? 60, how much? 62?
Between all the vendors. I work with a lot of different vendors.
2 weddings.
And a lot of those were with Glam Me Up. I have to shout out Glam Me Up with Kelly.
To that.
Yeah, shout out to Kelly. But realistically, not one person had an adverse reaction where they were mad at me or disappointed, we tweak it or whatever. This was the first time.
Everybody was happy.
This was the first time somebody, so I can't take one and say that is the standard.
So basically it was, you cannot please everybody 100% of the time.
Even if you think you're perfect, you're not. You're not perfect. So that's where I am now with that. I try to just let things, roll off my back and not take it personal. That's my best advice to new stylists.
Well, you know what? Forget her.
Well, because you can take the discouragement and not want to progress then. You know what I mean? I'm not the type of person that's going to be like that. I'm already over it, even though it seemed like I'm an emotional basket case for the moment. But I'm already over it. I'm already on the next one. But a young stylist that has a reaction like that could maybe never do hair again.
Absolutely.
Or maybe never try to approach a client like that again. And that's what I don't ever want for someone,
Absolutely. You can just give up and say, you know what, maybe this is not
for me or whatever. Yeah.
And I think it's so, you have to be strong, because especially there's a lot of jokes, people always have jokes, and especially in the barbershop with the guys, somebody.
That's why I work there.
They always have a joke. They always have something to say. Oh, there's this one client that comes in. He's like, what do you just come to work just to look cute? What are you doing here? Do you get paid to do this? And it's they don't get that as a beginning stylist. You're going to go through those patches where you don't cut. You're not going to cut. Simply because you're the new person. So, if you let something like that get to you, you'll stop.
It's hard. Absolutely. I mean, I did so many things while I was trying to build that people that didn't understand were like, what are you doing? You're all over the place. I was working at night, still cold calling for insurance. I was cleaning houses. I was doing all these things to supplement, because during the day when I was working for commission, sitting from 8 o'clock to 8 o'clock, not getting a cut.
Right.
I'm like, all right, I still need to eat. I was delivering paintings for my uncle who owns an art framing business on Thursdays in the Hamptons, which was actually one of my favorite things I'd ever done. I loved it. Shout out to George, Parthenon Framing.
Scissor Salute. We don't say shout out.
Oh, yes, good. Scissor Salute. Well, he's not a barber. He's a framer. I didn't know.
We still say Scissor Salute.
I love it. So anyway, but my point is, you have to do what you have to do until you build, but never let it discourage you from still building.
Doing it. Yeah, because most people will think it's like, okay, you are at the shop from 8 to 8 and you're not cutting. So what are you doing? Why are you wasting your time?
You know, if you're asking why is it a waste of time, you're already lost.
Right.
Nothing is a waste of time if you're, you know, building value and you're putting value in it. I used to just like stand in the salon and clean. Like I would just be cleaning and cleaning and cleaning and cleaning.
Absolutely.
You know, if you got time to lean, you got time to clean. Like,
exactly. Clean
you know,
and learn. And you should be paying attention.
Absolutely. And the clients, let's just say, I know everybody goes to who they like, right? And you work at an amazing shop, so I know they're all loyal to their barber.
Thank you.
But if they see somebody in there hustling and working hard and not standing around, and they see, oh, so-and-so is, you know, moving the stations and cleaning behind the stations, they're gonna look at that person, you know, with value and say, you know what, maybe I will have them cut my hair one day. This person is hustling. Like, I respect that. So to where, oh, Tom is not here today, let me sit with Susie.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Like,
you know, I saw
Jackson
Susie
says,
hustling. Let me try her.
Right.
Because
do you follow Tariq Jackson?
Who?
Tariq Jackson.
No.
I am Tariq. You have to follow him. He has
Maybe
so much knowledge.
Is he the one that talks on, where's his show? What is it like?
He's on Instagram.
Okay.
But he has a live every Tuesday. But like he always says, act like that shop is yours.
Exactly.
It's not yours, but if you treat it like it's your shop, when the moment comes when you're supposed to run a shop, or you know they might need you to run a shop, or you know you get to the point where you do end up owning your own shop, you already know what to do.
Absolutely. I mean, to me, that's how life should be lived, though. Like, to me, that sentence is like, it nauseates me that it even has to be taught, because that's something that should be taught to people from young. Like, I'm so lucky that I was raised how I was raised, because, like, my mom raised me with an immense work ethic. Like, my mom sliced cold cuts with a hat on at King Cullen, and she did that, like, she did that like she was the Queen of England. You know what I mean? Like, because that's what you do, and you take pride in your work.
It's your job.
Yeah, you take pride in your work, and she, like, that was like her deli department in King Cullen. Like, if I was a kid and I had not known it, I would have thought my mom owned King Cullen Deli. I didn't know. You know what I mean? Because that's how you work. You work like it's yours, because it is yours at the end of the day. Like, someone's gonna say, who stacked up these papers and made these photocopies? You know, like, and you want it to be, you know. So
it's your reputation.
Yeah, that's how I feel.
At the end of the day. Definitely. So we learned so much today.
I love
this was a good show. And
ScissorSalute.
I just love you.
Can we hug on the show?
You know what's crazy, Samantha? The day that you came, the first day, that wasn't your first time.
Not this last time, the time
before.
before.
Well, no, that was your first time showcasing, because you were on the show with Nadine Donovan,
yes.
and then you came back.
I came to watch the show with Nadine.
Right,
yes.
so the first time you came to showcase was my first time at the show.
Yes.
So we go back.
I know. That means this is like, so this month is a year.
Yeah.
Oh my God, is this our anniversary?
I don't know.
I feel like it. Let's make it our anniversary.
I went to, he doesn't remember. No, but it was in July. It was in July. So
happy anniversary, girl. This is so nice. Oh my God.
So it's just funny to see like how much we've grown.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We gotta just keep going.
Because you were nervous that day.
I was so nervous. I told you.
And I don't know why. And Chiquita kept saying, "Oh, Samantha, you are so perfect."
Thank you. You're perfect. I know, I remember.
So.
Oh my God. And Houdini, what's his face? He's not here.
Houdini, no. Houdini was here with us.
He was here both times, because I did 2 showcases.
Right.
So he was here both. Yeah.
I hosted a show with him about 2 months ago, but Houdini is busy. Like,
I see him on the Instagram doing everything.
He was in Colombia the other day.
How does he make those photos? That's Photoshop. Girl, I'm like, some of these things, I'm like, how he made that?
Chill. It's not Photoshop, Samantha.
It's real.
But
guys.
Harry is busy.
It's real. No, he's so busy. And his hats, he makes those hats. It's all good.
Yeah, Harry is doing his thing. He's staying busy. He's definitely, like, every time you see him, he has something new going on. So ScissorSalute to Harry. But it's just like nice to see how much we've grown. And we learned so many things tonight. I think we're going to head to the stage because it is almost 9 o'clock. So we're going to start closing out the show.
Sounds good.
But we learned about taxes tonight.
I know, every time you do this. Oh my God, here it is.
So we just want to thank everybody for tuning in. We didn't get a chance to look at our Facebook and read the comments, but scissor salute to everyone that tuned in tonight. If you left a comment, thank you. If you didn't, thank you for watching. And scissor salute to our guest today. Dontay's not a guest. He's a regular here. Are you bladed? Rube Blades doing big things in his shop in Jersey. What's the name of the shop?
Distinguished Ones Barbershop.
Distinguished Ones. I like that. I like that. And where's it located?
90 Bayard Street, New Brunswick, New Jersey.
Okay.
08901.
So, scissor salute to Are You Bladed? And go see him. Dope barber.
Hey.
And Samantha Jean.
Hello.
My boo.
Hey, girl.
And your salon is?
I work at the Salon Project in Saxforth Avenue in the Walden Men's Shops.
Oh, that's big. That's
It's a sentence.
Yeah. That was very fancy. So we just want to say scissor salute. Scissor salute to Eli. He couldn't be here with us tonight, but we'll see him next week, hopefully. And we're just going to do our scissor salute sound off real quick. It's only 4 of us. So.
I know. And I'm holding my mic.
Scissor salute to John.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, John.
So, sorry, we forgot about that. That was a huge part of the show. That was definitely key because we definitely needed that. So what's the name of his taxes? Truthful Taxes. Yeah. And so definitely look them up. It's truthfultaxes.com, right?
Yes. And Instagram is truthful, I believe, _taxes. And also salute to Samantha because since my journey as I'm independent as well. A lot of people don't realize that I'm an independent financial broker. So with that being said, she's my first client since
scissor salute to that. Scissor salute to that.
She's my first client. I'm not saying she's my only client, but she's my first.
On his own, as an independent, away from New York life.
Scissor salute to that. Congratulations. Scissor salute to that. So real quick, let's do the scissor salute sound off. When I say scissor, you say salute. We have to say as loud as we can. It's only 4. It's only 4 of us. I know this is corny. Wait, we need the mics. Wait. Yeah, turn on our mics. Everybody make sure your mic is turned on. Okay, they on? Okay. Ready? When I say scissor, you say salute. Scissor!
Salute!
Good night. Good night, good night, good night, good night. No, that's corny. That's corny.